to Truth in Life Tarot. In this video, we are going to be exploring what your daily messages are for today. What affirmations do you need to hear? Are there any kind of pick-me-ups that you need today? As well as just general messages that will help you throughout your day, no matter what time of day you are viewing this video. So this is pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. I'll see you at your timestamps. Bye. Hi, pile 1. If you chose this spiritual health pile, then this is for you. Let's see what your affirmation cards have to say. And then we will get into your tarot as well as the power thought cards. Okay. So you guys have like 4. The first one is childlike wonder. It is often said that comparison is the thief of joy, which can be true. But perhaps what robs us even more of pure, unbounded joy is familiarity. How beautiful, how wondrous is the world when we see things for the first time, when we look at things through the wonder and awe of a child's eyes. We notice all the miraculous things we so often take for granted. When we look not just with our eyes but with our hearts, suddenly the air becomes crisper, the leaves become greener, the ocean becomes deeper, and life becomes fuller. All right. You also have feel. The range of our emotions is meant to be experienced fully, beautifully, and wholly. Yet we are taught to suppress the less pretty emotions for fear that they keep at bay the more desirable ones, the ones that are more pleasant to feel. But to numb one end of the spectrum is to numb the full breadth of our human experience. Allow yourself to feel it all: depth in the sorrow, heat in the anger, stuck in the impatience, radiance in the joy, luscious in the pleasure. And if it is any comfort, you can always remember to turn the dial up on some is to turn the dial up on all. Surrender and release. That thing you are holding on to so tightly with an iron fist grip, let it go. Breathe in, gathering the dust from every corner of your body until you no longer feel it lurking deep within the depths of your soul. Pause at the top of your breath and release it in a long exhale and a steady breath out. Pause again and ask, can you surrender to the final outcome? Can you surrender to how things come back to you? Can you surrender to the knowledge that they may not? Surrender to all possibilities, accepting that what's in store is greater than anything you can ever imagine. Surrender, dear one, and watch how you rise. Attitude. What if you were to imagine a world in which everything happened for you instead of one in which everything happens to you? What would you see differently? What would you do differently? The simple act of allowing yourself to shift your perspective has the power to shift your entire life. That is true. You have life is a beautiful reflection of my soul. This is the spiritual health card. And you also have relationships. I honor and protect my sensitivity. Okay. You have exchanging gifts. And for your self-care cards, you have sex. Connect with your womb. And spend time with friends. Okay. So for you guys, your daily message is about re-examination. And that re-examination will come in the way of how you feel, how you react to things. It's kind of like your reflection in a way. Like what I'm getting is that, like, if something happens to you, how do you reflect that outward? Like if something bad happens to you, do you kind of take it in like the negative way and you're just like, oh man, I have such bad luck? Or do you reflect it back as, It happens. Sugar honey iced tea happens, you know. You also have exchanging gifts, and you have 1, 2, 3 cards about kind of like childlike, like what I get from, even though this is childlike wonder, I also get from this card just like childlike energy. So maybe a birth. And exchanging gifts right under sex kind of makes me think of exchanging other things, but for some people it's just exchanging gifts. It's an exchange of energy. So let's get you some power thought cards. Okay, that one jumped right out. Okay, so you guys have, I claim my own power and I lovingly create my own reality. I ask for more understanding so that I may knowingly and lovingly shape my world and my experiences. Yes, that's what these cards were saying. To change your perspective, which is to change your reality. You have everything I touch is a success. I now establish a new awareness of success. I know I can be as successful as I make up my mind to be. I move into the winning circle. Golden opportunities are everywhere for me. Prosperity of every kind is drawn to me. You have I express my creativity. My unique and creative talents and abilities flow through me and are expressed in deeply satisfying ways. My creativity is always in demand. Okay. Creativity card also made me think of that childlike energy that I was feeling before. And for some of you, this shift of attitude, this kind of the shift in the way you reflect yourself can come from spending time with friends, spending time with people who already have a good energy and who make you feel good and who have already more or less mastered or at least they're good at taking in something and giving something different out. So if something negative comes in, they're able to make it not so negative. Like you may have heard that like something bad happened to them, but when you see them, and it's not them faking it, it's just how they process information. It's how it's how their attitude is. And even though something bad happened to them, by the time you see them, you're like, hey, are you okay? And they're just like, well, that wasn't how I planned for it to be, but here we are, you know. And it's not like a dry kind of here we are, but more just like here we are. And this is what we're doing now. Like, this is how we're working through it. Let's get you some tarot cards as well. So your daily message is flew right on the floor. Really talking about a change in perspective. And giving love to yourself. That I claim my own power card. That's really about probably the way that you think of it, like when you first heard me say that card, but also about loving yourself in a way where you're not beating yourself up unnecessarily. Back of the deck energy is 6 of Swords. And hang on a second while I get the card that fell. Okay. Was this upright or reversed? No, and then it fell again. Okay. Yeah, that's how I picked it up the first time. And then when I tried to do it again, it started to fall back on the floor. So reversed it is. So you got the 7 of Pentacles reversed and the King of Cups. So for some of you, this negative attitude or attitude that needs to be tweaked comes from being impatient. It comes from not really being in the energy of allowing good things to flow to you. And you could just be surrounded by negative energy. Like the first, like the first sentence in this card, it says, "It is often said that comparison is the thief of joy," which can be true, but perhaps what robs us even more of pure, unbounded joy is familiarity. So for some of you, you could be impatient because maybe you see others around you having more prosperity, or if this is a child, maybe you want a child and you see other people like getting pregnant and they have their own children, and you're thinking like, when will it come for you? Why won't it come for you? It's like this energy of, why isn't it here yet? So your daily message is to love yourself through all of this, change your attitude and perspective, and surrender and release. Because again, one of the first cards was, can you surrender to the final outcome? Can you surrender to how things come back to you? Can you surrender to the knowledge that they may not? So when you truly surrender those things, you give yourself it's like a new power, really. And this is how you claim your own power. It's like when you release something, and when you can harness this attitude of not being attached to an outcome and not thinking about it every day, it is like a life hack. It's like a superpower where not only will things come to you, but the things that aren't meant to be for you, you won't even mind that. Like, it's not going to be a big deal that they're not a part of your life, because you'll realize that some things, like not everything is for everybody, and that the thing that you were originally hoping for, it's not the end of the world. It's not going to be something that will cause you grief once you get into this energy. All right, that is all I have for you, Pile 1. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, share, and subscribe. Bye. Hi, Pile 2. If you chose Pile 2 and this prosperity pile, then this is your reading. Let's start off with your affirmation cards and see what's going on. Okay, so you have connect, drop in, allow the outside world to melt away. Notice your body. How does it feel? Can you relax your bones just a little bit deeper? Notice your mind. Are your thoughts alive and racing? Can you slow them perhaps a little bit more? Sit in the stillness just for a moment longer. Now, notice your heart. What does it say? Can you let this voice grow just a bit louder? Connect to this guidance, for it will never lead you astray. You have leap. It can be scary, dear one, to allow yourself to embark upon change. The depths of the unknown can be so treacherous when we stare into them, safely perched in the clouds of our comfort zone. Alas, the irony of finding little to no real peace, little to no real growth in this misleadingly comfortable realms. So take the leap, make the change. You are guided beyond measure. You are supported without question. But, my darling, there is a catch. You must be the first to go. You must jump first and allow the universe to catch you. Wow. You have abundance. True abundance, my love, is not just about money. True abundance is about recognizing with grace and humility what has already been sent your way. Abundance in life, abundance in love, abundance in movement, abundance in the almond milk latte your coworker brought you this morning. Start to appreciate the ways in which you are already so looked after. Start to build wealth in the little things, and you will find the rest comes easy. Okay, and you also have B. We look to the past, wondering what could have been. We look to the future, wondering what will be. What if we were to look at the present, sinking our teeth into the juicy, sacred goodness that is right now? What if we were to just be? Be without worry, be without fear, be without anxiousness, without planning or rewriting. What if we were to just be, fully saturated, fully immersed in all of the love and joy and certainty around us, to just be, and to let what has been be what is, and let what is to be what it will. Okay. You have the Prosperity card. I am on the road to financial freedom by living well within my means and saving money for a bright and secure future. Okay. You guys also have Chaos and Conflict, Thinker, To the Sea, and By the Book. Let's do it this way. I know I'm going to get more cards. I don't know how to organize this. I'll do it like this. Okay. So you have Beauty Ritual, Journal, and Dance. Okay. So for your daily message, I feel like there are a lot of small messages here instead of one overarching one. Well, if there is an overarching one, it would be to... Really, I feel like it's this one. It's leap. Like, this is the biggest kind of energy I'm getting. To just trust yourself, trust the universe, or allow yourself to be at peace. And the rest will follow. You have two cards talking about when you kind of just are, and when you work with what is, and when you trust the universe and trust yourself, things will come naturally. The rest will follow. This card as well. So some of you, when I saw this By the Book card, I thought of this journal card. So for some of you, it may help you to connect with yourself and also to be more grateful if you were to write in a journal. You could have a, and this doesn't have to be fancy or anything like that, but you can make a journal for shadow work or just general manifestations, as well as a gratitude book. I feel like that would help out some of you guys, as well as some of you need to kind of get away to give yourself time to think. I feel like where you are physically right now, for some of you, may not be like the best place. Like, it's not really allowing you to flourish. It's not really allowing you to be abundant. It's not really allowing you to just be. It could just be chaos and conflict. It could just be like a stuffiness where you're at. But you have Beauty Ritual, Dance, To the Sea, Thinker. Yeah, these cards make me think that where you are isn't, it doesn't necessarily have to be chaos and conflict, but it's not necessarily prudent for your goals. Yeah, it's not the best for where you're trying to go. For some of you, it's just more of a mental thing that you would need to adopt and move past. Let's get you some tarot cards. Okay. Okay, you guys are getting a lot. Let's see if there's any more. One more. Okay. Back of the deck energy is the Four of Swords. Alright, let's move stuff around. So you guys have Justice, the Wheel of Fortune. Actually, okay. The Ten of Swords, the Knight of Swords, and the Five of Cups. Okay. So this Justice card kind of makes me think of that by the book card. So for some of you, it may not be, or you don't think it will be a good idea to change at this time because of the way things are. It could be that some of you, maybe you don't think it's fair, or you're kind of bound in a way to this chaos and conflict energy. You may be bound in a space where you can't really be yourself. You don't really have, it's like you're not allowed to think in a way that is freeing or act on that thought. And it makes you, it puts you in like this Five of Cups energy where you know you have something to be grateful for. You know that there are good things, but you're focusing on the bad because of where you're at now. And you have this Knight of Swords too, which makes me think that you guys do have some ideas as to how to move forward. You have some ideas on how to just be more of yourself. But with this Ten of Swords energy, I get the feeling that that will come at a cost that you don't feel willing to pay at this time. Or it's just a big ending. It's like a big change. Like something's not, like you feel like it won't play out right is what I'm getting. But you also have the Wheel of Fortune, and it is upright. So this is saying that like the tide, what's the phrase? The change of the tide, I guess is what I'm trying to say. It's like, so you guys will have an opportunity to switch things up. You will have an opportunity to move forward in a way where you are more free, where you can kind of jump and allow the universe to catch you. But it will have to start with you. There's no getting around that. You have to put in the work yourself. And for some of you, the work can just be trusting. Trusting can be a big deal for some people. Some of you are more thinkers than you are doers. You may have, you may be able to think like, okay, well, this is a bad situation, so obviously I need to get out. But then physically doing that, taking the steps to do it, can be where you fall short. So connect with your intuition, really connect with yourself, because you have two cards about really just being with yourself and knowing who you are and feeling to the fullest extent that you can feel. Gratitude journal is also, like with this Bible, okay, so one of the things that you guys can do that's not, I feel like this won't really interfere with anything else. Like it's not like this is wrong in any way, shape, or form in this situation, but gratitude journal. Or gratitude, like some people create a gratitude jar where it's literally just a jar and like you have little pieces of like sticky note paper or notebook paper or what have you, and throughout the day you write what you're grateful for, and then you put it in the jar. And then on days where you're not feeling that great, or at times where you're not feeling that great, you just shake it up and you take one from the jar, and it makes you feel good because of the energy you put into while writing it, and because it is something you're grateful for. Like it's not just like it's something that you actually have, and you can think, oh, that is true, I have this and this is going great, and it's like a reminder that things are not that bad, that things aren't, it's not that they're not that bad, it's just that things aren't all bad is what I meant to say. So I hope that helped you, pile 2. If you resonated with that reading, if you liked it, please give it a thumbs up, share, and subscribe. Bye. wait, we are not done yet. We need to get you your power thought cards. Yeah, I went ahead and cleared away the tarot cards because we're running out of room here. Okay. So you got, I have the perfect living space. I see myself living in a wonderful place. It fulfills all my needs and desires. It is in a beautiful location and at a price I can't afford. So this is what I was talking about earlier when I was talking about journaling, specifically a manifestation journal. This is the kind of statement that you would put in a manifestation journal. It's visualizing what you want and saying that you have it in real time. So this is how you would visualize it, and instead of saying I see myself living, you would just say I live in a wonderful place that fulfills all my needs and desires, or whatever your case may be. That is what you would do for that kind of journaling. Okay, now that is all I have for you, Pile 2. If you liked that video, please give it a thumbs up, share, and subscribe. Bye. Hi, Pile 3. If you chose this relationship pile, then this is your reading. Let's start off with your affirmation cards, and then we will get into the rest. So, you have create, a gentle whisper here, a tug within your womb there. Can you sense it? You can sense it, can't you? When you lie awake at night, wondering why you cannot sleep, your body knows what you are here to do. The wisdom of your purpose is ingrained in your very cells. So, when you hear that faint whisper pulling at your heart, when you feel the beckoning in your womb, strong and clear as day, when you find you cannot sleep, create. Redirect. It's a funny thing, life. We lay down these plans, we compile the list, but try as we may, we can never truly map out all the divine has in store for us. But what if we understood that what's divinely in store for us is often far better than anything we could ever concoct on our own? And so it is. It is with much grace. And so it is with much grace and even more humility that we allow ourselves to be redirected, guided to all that is true for us. You have physical health. I honor my health by resting, eating well, and moving every day. Relationships. I tell the truth with grace and love, and my relationships are transformed. You have unfinished symphony, which immediately made me think of that create card. Some of you have something that you need to finish up, or finish. For some of you, it's like finish starting. You have sync with the moon and write a gratitude list. Interesting, because Pile 2 also got cards about gratitude. And one of the messages coming through was to just, it was a gratitude journal actually for them. So for your daily message, I'm getting for you guys, it's more of you guys have like a general, well, not general. I do see like the little things. Like for some of you, being a better version of yourself involves getting into the creative thing that you may have abandoned or that you don't do very often. Doing what you are here to do or what you feel you are here to do. For some of you, it's about like kind of like the day-to-day, like how you interact with others, and also how really it's like taking care of yourself and others, like taking care of the relationships and also taking care of yourself mentally, physically, spiritually. For some of you, that's going to be writing a gratitude list. For some of you, that's going to be redirecting your energy from things that no longer serve you. For some, and that could be people, or it could be I feel like situations, for some of you, instead of more so people. For some of you with this sync with the moon card, this is actually like a really simple thing that you can do, and it doesn't take away from the other things that you're doing. So right now, while I'm filming this, this is the new moon. Yes, it is. This is actually the Lion's Gate today. Not, this is a timeless reading, and you can watch this video at any time. But so today's a new moon. So today would be a great day to start or to continue the thing that you were creating, like your unfinished project. However, it's not to say that you can't do other stuff as well. Like syncing with the moon is just to kind of call your attention to how you can help yourself, depending on the moon cycle. So if you're in a waning moon, for example, it doesn't mean that you can't create. It doesn't mean that you can't go after what you want to go after, in all the ways that you have been doing previously. It just means that now would be a great time to look within, to focus on the things that you no longer want in your life, in your energy, working on shadow work, stuff like that. It's like syncing with the moon can be good in addition to what you already have going on. Let's get you some tarot. Well, that card wanted to jump out, but it went back into the deck. Oh, okay. All right, back of deck energy is the King of Cups. Okay, let's see. You have the Lovers, Judgment, Three of Swords, as well as the Nine of Swords. Okay. All right, so for some of you guys, the thing that may have slowed you down could be a disappointment. It could have been in love. It could be like maybe you misjudged someone, or it could just be like a bad decision that you made. Anxiety, all these things could have slowed you down. And I feel like that's why you need to work with the moon, some of you, and why the gratitude list is important. Also, the more you tell the truth to yourself and others, the better off you'll be. I feel like some of you have been in this energy where you feel the need to say things or do things that really aren't your truth, or it's not your, almost like you're embellishing things sometimes, and that can mess with your energy as well. That can mess with the way you release things and how you allow things to come to you. Let's get you some power thought cards. Okay. So you have, I am at peace. Divine peace and harmony surrounds me and dwells in me. I feel tolerance, compassion, and love for all people, myself included. And you have, I am open and receptive to new avenues of income. I now receive my good from expected and unexpected sources. I am an unlimited being, accepting from an unlimited source in an unlimited way. I am blessed beyond my fondest dreams. Okay. So this is another way that you can redirect. So if you were closed, or if you have a certain mindset that allowed you to not be at peace and to feel like you are not prosperous, that's another way that you can redirect. It's not only with your creative projects, or just like your everyday eating healthy, taking care of your body, but also your mind. Your mind, and this is where the gratitude list comes in as well. Your mind plays a very powerful part in your day-to-day life, as well as your manifestation work. So for pile 3, you guys definitely need to focus on how to change your mindset when it comes to the things that make you not be in peace, when it comes to the things that make you feel like you are incomplete, like you're not where you're supposed to be, when you're disappointed and in heartbreak, and when you are anxious, even having nightmares. Like your day-to-day thoughts, the thoughts that you have minute by minute, really play a big role here. And even with the judgment card, I feel like with this judgment card here, I feel like it's more saying that it's like you reap what you sow. Like if you think negative thoughts, then you're going to see more negative things, and it'll have a negative effect on your creativity and in your, really just in your life. But when you change your mindset, you'll be able to negate that and kind of cycle out of it, if you will. Well, that is all I have for you, pile 3. If you like this reading, please give it a thumbs up, share, and subscribe, and I will see you in another reading.